Praise God. So I want to share with you guys my method I came up with for faking sidechain in the SP44. Now, I came up with this idea completely independently, but yesterday I seen another YouTuber by the name of Chris Laps who did pretty much the same method, but I feel like I have a little bit of something to add. So if you've seen that video, it's going to be pretty much the same method, maybe a little bit added little tip if you're looking at this from like a boom bap perspective, hip hop, rather than what he did was more of like a EDM, like 4 on the floor type thing. So this accounts for having kick drums that aren't just sitting on the 1, 2, 3, and 4. So shout out to Chris Laps, made a dope video, and this is kind of similar, like I said, and a little extra tip for you. All right, so I got this sample. I'm gonna take this and chop it up. So I'm gonna move it over to a new bank. I'm gonna chop it into 8 pieces, so I'm gonna do it manually. I actually struck up to 9 pads because I want an endpoint for my 8th one, and there's a lot more of the loop there that I'm not gonna be using. So this way, when I export, number 8 will have a nice endpoint rather than the rest of the sample. All right, so I'm just gonna zoom in though and tighten up these chops. All right, that seems good. Menu, assign the pads. That's it. So I'll go ahead and drop these into a mute group. Go over to C. There we go. Then go into pitch speed. One thing I like to do for all my chops is put on fixed velocity. So I'll hold copy, shift, and pad 1. And then shift and pitch speed and get the release. Set the release to 1. Smooth these chops out as always, make them like butter. Sounds good. All right, so I'm gonna go into the pattern sequencer and sequence in the sample chops, and I'm gonna just do it in the order of the loop. I'm not gonna be chopping and rearranging. And the point is, regardless if you're using a loop, you got to chop it up because this is in where lies the magic of the fake sidechain compression. So pattern sequence, I already got my tempo all figured out. I did that off screen. Not going to do that here. That's a different video. I think I've covered that in a few other videos, but yeah, so just going to sequence this in. All right, perfect. I'm gonna start the pattern sequencer back up here in a second. I'm gonna go back into my envelope. All right, so hold copy and just adjust the tack. 8 seems to be good, so now it sounds like the signal's being compressed, like it's being ducked. All right, and I did that first. You can hear what it's doing. So technically, with the sidechain compressor, you got like a signal going, and every time that signal hits, it's compressing and making the other signal, the target signal, lower in volume, right? That's the idea. So now I'm gonna go ahead and drum in my kick and my snare, and then show you some other things. All right, so what you notice is I program my kick drum. It's not just hitting on the 1. I got some kicks that are kind of in between those beats. So in order to adjust for that, I'm gonna play the sequence and then watch my chops. look at where my chops are hitting, where my kick is hitting on those chops. Then I'm gonna copy those chops, and then I'll show you what I do from there. So watching. Okay, so on 3 and on 7, I got another kick, kind of like boom, you know. So I'll stop that. I'm gonna copy this one, and I'm gonna copy this one right here. I have to add these to the mute group because that information is not copied, sadly. And now I'll exit, look at my sample. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chop the front end off. So I'm gonna chop it in half. Then I'm gonna sequence this over the kick when that second kick hits, when it's the boom, boom, you know what I mean? Just cut in half. About there. That's about there. Okay. So, and everything should be, yeah, okay, we good. Go back in the sequencer and record. That's pretty much it. Then I do think it sounds pretty good if you introduce a little bit of compression. So I'm gonna add in the 303 compressor. That's the video. I hope you guys found some kind of added value with it. Maybe you got an extra tip out of it if you had already seen this method. So if you got any other ideas, share them in the comments. I appreciate that. Share this video somewhere with somebody who might find it useful. If you want to support the channel and what I do over here, encourage me to keep making these videos. I have some sample packs I make dedicated for the SP404 Mark II. They also work with the MPC if you own one of those. So go check those out. Link in the description. I appreciate y'all. I don't know, is Roland ever going to give us sidechain in the SP? I was a little disappointed with the 5.0 release. I was hoping for some other things, but it is what it is. Maybe next year. But even if it sits at where it's at, it's a nice piece. You can be creative with it. And workarounds are always interesting. Make interesting videos. So, all right, appreciate y'all. Keep on running with your dreams. Y'all bless. Peace.